Hi folks, Sandro here with more cartoon news and shenanigans, and today we're going to be talking about more woke bullshit coming to HBO Max and streaming services in general. We've been seeing a lot of just garbage. Netflix has been cleaning house. You might have seen a ton of articles talking about how Netflix is firing all of their woke employees, or activist employees, if you will. I think that's been really good. Unfortunately, HBO Max, on the other hand, seems to be sticking to this garbage. They even recently released a show, a drag show for children. Like, it's unbelievable what's been going on with HBO Max recently. And never forget Netflix and their stupid cuties bullshit. But yeah, this time, not as bad as Children Drag, but we have another woke reimagining of Scooby Doo here. Actually, they're just going all in on Velma on this one here. It's going to be about Velma. And basically, I believe it's an Indian woman here, Velma's Mindy Kaling. This woman right here, she basically self-inserted herself as Velma. There's no hiding it at this point. Like, my God. Yeah, in a recent talk show appearance, Mindy Kaling responds to the backlash that she has received over her new take on Velma as an Indian character. And there has been just like, a fetish, what do you even say here? There's just been this weird fetish. I'm going to use the word fetish here, where people, or not people, but like the creators, whoever's given creative control of Scooby Doo, has been making Velma into like something else. Like, every time we're seeing her in James Gunn, I believe, with Mystery Incorporated. There, he tried to make Velma gay or a lesbian. We've seen with the most recent Scoob movie that in that iteration there, they try to make her more of a Spanish character. And then we seen in the live action Scooby Doo from back in the day, they just portrayed her as a bit of an Asian character, but she still looked white, so whatever. It was close enough, you know. But this is a whole different like direction. Now we're going Indian Velma for like no reason. And it makes you, it's just so baffling. It's just, how many times do I have to go over this shit? How many times? We're gonna read the article, but I just wanted to say this. It keeps happening time and time again, where they just keep taking these white characters and replacing them, and I always have to bring it up. Why can't we just create new characters, right? So this is an upcoming show on HBO Max called My Adventures with Superman, and I've said it like maybe 7 to 8 times on this channel. You have, well, just look at these characters, by the way. I always like to rag on them, but we have Mr. Rogers, Soy Boy Superman. We have, what was her name? Luz from the Owl House, lesbian Lois Lane. This is Lois Lane, by the way. Would you have ever guessed that if I didn't tell you that? And this character here is Jimmy Olsen, which they've made black like they did on Supergirl. And I'm just out here like, guys, Superman works at the Daily Planet, right? Superman works at the Daily Planet, and I'm just saying to myself, you have an entire newsroom of characters that you could create that could be black or whatever other diversity you want to throw in there, and you're literally just making Jimmy Olsen black. Like, why? You know what I mean? Like, you could just make a new black reporter. Like, they literally work at a news station or a news reporting like place, and it's huge. The Daily Planet's an entire skyscraper full of people. You're telling me that they couldn't make like new characters and why can't we have Ginger? Why can't we have Ginger Jimmy Olsen like usual? Oh, did somebody do a reimagining? Oh my God, somebody. Oh my God, this is it. This is what we really needed here. This is actually really good. Actually, like Superman still looks like a soy boy, but Lois Lane actually looks like a vigilant news reporter instead of like a dyke lesbian. I don't know, what is she, tan there? I don't even know. And Jimmy Olsen actually looks like Jimmy Olsen. This is a great rendition. This is like literally how it should be right here. Maybe makes Superman look more manly and masculine instead of, whatever we're doing with the sweater here. But this is a great, great photo. My God. 10 out of 10 for whoever made this. That's just so good. But here we go. We're going to get into this. We're here on the geekyrant.com. And Mindy Kaling shares first look at her adult-themed Scooby Doo spinoff, Velma. So this show is called Velma. And this is actually Daphne, by the way. You guys told me this because I didn't know. We were doing a live stream, and I'm like, look at this stupid, like, Indian woke version of Scooby-Doo. And you guys were actually telling me, yo, Sandro, that's actually Daphne. And I'm like, what the fuck? They made Daphne naked. I also said, God, watch that be Fred. Watch them. They probably made Fred into a transgender, and, like, this is Fred. See the blonde-haired, like, let's just say it's a girl. Good God. Nobody knows who these other three girls are, but I'm assuming Shaggy and Scooby are going to be in there too. And I wonder if Scrappy Doo is probably not going to be in there unless Scrappy Doo is kind of like the main villain, kind of like they did in the old live-action movies. Maybe he's the main villain. Who knows? But I don't really care to find out. Let's just keep going. Mindy Kaling recently shared the first look of her upcoming animated Scooby-Doo spinoff, Velma. The series is described as a comedic origin story. Focusing on Velma, and this first image shows the titled character discovering a young woman's dead body on the floor of a girl's locker room. As you can see, her skull sliced off and her brain was removed. There are several other female characters in the image, including Daphne, so she's just naked, who seems to have just jumped out of the shower. So we're basically getting like rated R Scooby-Doo. I'm just not like... If this was made by anybody else that actually like respected the main characters, maybe like why is this even about Velma? Just call it Scooby-Doo. If this was made by just about anybody else that actually respected the characters, I would actually watch this. I'm not going to be watching this. I just don't care. I literally don't care. I've just given up on a lot of these diversity shows. I'm done. Like I'm just done. I'm not even giving them shots anymore, you know? Like, geez, how many times do we have to get burned? Mindy Kaling shares first look at HBO MAX Velma, her upcoming Scooby-Doo spinoff aimed at adult audiences. Okay. Kaling addresses the fact that Velma is a woman of color in the series, saying, hopefully you noticed my Velma is South Asian. Like, fucking hell. They got to put that up first, front and center, the virtue signal. Like, oh, I hope you realized, I hope you noticed my Velma is South Asian. Like, that's the first thing. Like, it's not about the story. It's, other people would come out and be like, guys, we have a really cool story to tell with this one. The first fucking thing she says, hopefully you noticed my Velma is South Asian. Fuck yourself. Absolutely fuck yourself. If people freak out about that, I don't care. I'm just not going to watch the show. I don't care either. I'm just not watching the show. And I'm going to tell people to not watch the show. And here's the problem. You should care, because if people don't watch the show, it gets canceled after one season, like a lot of these diversity shows do. And animation is expensive, folks. Don't forget Infinity Train, a show that, like, honestly was pretty solid all around. Even a show like Infinity Train couldn't get more than like 4 or 5 seasons. You know what I mean? And like that, Infinity Train had infinite potential. They could have brought in any characters to the train. It's not like other shows where every season you have to keep bringing back the same voice actors. Infinity Train, you could bring in new characters every time. It was such a cheap and cost-saving thing, right? This is what they did in Doctor Who. They would bring in a doctor, they would kill them off, and then they wouldn't have to pay the new actor as much as the old actor, you know what I mean? So they were able to keep the show fresh and keep it running, time and time again by killing off main characters. And so Infinity Train kind of had that going for it, where there was maybe like 1 or 2 characters like that cat that would stick around. And a show like that, a show that's structured where you could bring in people to save money, didn't get like a 5th season, you know what I mean? Like, so animation is expensive. I'm not expecting this show to go very far. It seems like the only reason this is made is just to have a brown Velma. And again, like I talked, there's just a weird fetish here just to get Velma changed every time. Like, it's just sickening at this point. So here we go. She defended her decision to change up the character, saying that if Scooby Doo has a talking dog that could solve crimes, then her Velma can be brown. Oh, okay. Is this your justification? Like, that has to be a joke, right? Like, that just has to be a joke. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Scooby Doo, it has a talking dog. So why can't we have a brown Velma? Like, what the fuck? What the? Oh my God. This is her justification for it. Like, unfucking believable. No, she just wanted to do this. She just wanted to destroy and virtue signal to her friends that she destroyed Scooby-Doo. And this is her parading around, basically. This makes no sense. If Scooby-Doo has a talking dog that solves crimes, that's because that was the original source material that they made it that way. Like, what the fuck? It's so stupid. It's just so stupid. This, like, oh my God, these people. Where do they find them? Like Tumblr? Is this where they're getting these crazy nut jobs? During a previous interview with Seth Meyers on his late night show, she addressed the social media backlash to her new vision of Velma, saying, "When it was announced that I was going to do the voice of Velma, people were very supportive and happy on Twitter." Oh, I'll bet they were happy on Twitter. So I felt great because they're really intense fans. Cartoon, comic book fans, and especially for a legacy show like this. This is not a legacy show. This is a brand new show called Velma, which is a spinoff of Scooby Doo, so it's not a legacy show, in my opinion, anyway. If you wanted to say that Scooby Doo is a legacy franchise, right? Scooby Doo, it's been around the block as a franchise, but this is a new show. So I have to disagree with her here. People were not happy. Yeah, it's because you're taking their favorite show and characters and literally destroying them by injecting your identity politics. You don't say that they're not happy. You don't say. Like, holy shit. I kind of like, I wonder what her favorite show is, right? Like, there might be some fans out there that are like hardcore Scooby-Doo fans. I kind of just wonder what was her name again? Mindy? What was her name? Hold on. Mindy. Yeah, let's just call her Mindy. I wonder if maybe she's a fan of like a comic book character. No, what am I saying? Of course she would want them to be diversity changed into something else. I was about to say, how would she like it if her like favorite character from whatever show got diversity swapped? And then I'm like, wait a minute, she's a woke zealot that probably would just like bend down over to get her characters changed. Yeah, she'd probably be really happy to get whatever character changed into a boy or a girl or a trans or whatever the fuck. Yeah, but it's the principle, right? Like, you don't want it's something like Scooby-Doo is part of your childhood. You don't want to see it change. You want the characters you grew up with. You don't want this like woke garbage, right? That's the principle here. And no shit, people weren't happy. There was a lot of "so not Velma," those kind of tweets, not the classic Velma that I'm always thinking about. Again, so here's my issue, right? Why did this need to be why is this a Scooby-Doo spinoff? Look at this picture. I want you to look at this picture, right? We had brown Indian Velma, naked Daphne, that honestly, the first time I saw this picture, I didn't even realize that was Daphne. Again, we're still not sure if that's like a trans version of Fred in the back with the lipstick on. And then we have a woman who's been her head has just been cut right off. And you look at this image, right? And literally, if Velma didn't have a yellow like sweater on and she didn't have the Velma glasses, this could just be a new show not called Velma. Why did they do this? Right? Like, why couldn't they just create a new show and see how it does without the Scooby-Doo name? Right? It's because they're here to destroy your franchises, folks. They're here to destroy everything you love. And I am no fan of this show. I won't be recommending it. I want to get through the article, though. I want to get through this one. Where were we here? There was a lot of "so not Velma," those kind of tweets, not the classic Velma that I'm always thinking about. First of all, what is the classic Velma at this point? They just seem to have diversity swapped her like so many times at this point. It's like she's Asian, she's Spanish, she's fucking Indian, lesbian in the Mystery Inc. apparently. Yeah, it's like, what even is the classic Velma? This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to like muddy the waters on like what your classic characters are. And At this point, there's been so many iterations of Velma that they have destroyed the fucking character. That's my biggest take here. It's just disgraceful. First of all, I didn't know that she elicited such strong reactions in either direction. Really, you wouldn't have guessed that. You wouldn't have guessed that changing a character that's been traditionally white, for not in recent times, but for the first couple decades of, I don't know what, 50 years, the first 50 years of her existence, you didn't guess that changing her into a different race would have caused a stir. Like, get the fuck out. First of all, I didn't know she elicited such strong reactions in either direction. I just couldn't understand how people couldn't imagine a really smart, nerdy girl with terrible eyesight who loved to solve mysteries could not be Indian. Oh my god. I just can't imagine why people would hate the fact that I fucking race swapped Velma to be Indian just like me. Like, oh my god, it's literally a self-insert. It's a self-fucking insert. What a train wreck. There are Indian nerds. Yeah, why don't you go make an Indian show then? Like, get the fuck out of here. Why are you making Scooby Doo? Go make a show for Indian nerds. Why are you making this for Scooby Doo fans? It shouldn't be a surprise to people, but people are like, no. But it made me think, okay, we've got to be really careful with this character. Really. You've got to be really careful. The first thing you fucking did was make her Indian. We've got to be get the fuck out of here. Which we will, because we love her. Oh, I bet you love the character that you made look like your skin color. I bet you. I bet you. I'm just waiting to see if the series actually ends up entertaining me. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say it's going to flop. If it tells fun stories and makes me laugh, that's all I'm really hoping for. This series is coming to HBO Max. What do you all think? Who wrote the art? I like to give credit to whoever. Joey Parr. Joey Parr. He's kind of like The Incredibles, like the Parr family, yeah? I don't think that's the spelling they use in The Incredibles. I think it's Parr. But I do like to give credit. And again, this was on Geek Tyrant, bringing us the news of Indian Velma. And there was another comic book resource article where she talks about the backlash. I think it's basically the same thing we've got here. Kaling also made sure to note that the negative reaction was very much a vocal minority, but one that did at least let her know that people really cared a lot about Velma, which inspired her, really. I don't believe her. It really made me think, okay, we've got to be really careful with this character. And again, this is the same quote we just read on the other one. Oh my God. Yeah, it's a vocal minority. It's because most of the people that want to watch Scooby Doo, I don't have a Twitter account. Why would I voice my opinions on Twitter? Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's like, it's a vocal minority. If they're not on Twitter, it's a vocal minority. Okay, I think there's a lot of people that are not happy about it. I think it's just stupid at this point. And I'm not going to watch the show because of this. Straight up, I'm not watching the show because of this. If they keep anytime, I feel like I'm slowly getting to the point. You change the character, I'm just gone. I'm getting there. I might be there at this point. It's just crazy. It's just too crazy. I don't know what else to say. I really hope to fuck that isn't Freddy. Please don't be Freddy. That's all we need. Transgender Freddy. Please stop. Yeah, again, even though I'm not going to watch this show, I'm a big fan of Scrappy Doo. I know a lot of people don't like Scrappy Doo. We always got to have the Scrappy Doo conversation on this channel. What the heck? But yeah, so Scrappy Doo, I really got to say, he got pushed under the bus, or he got thrown under the bus. The gimmick with Scrappy Doo is that he punches people. He actually attacks the monsters. You know what I mean? The whole gimmick of Scooby-Doo, it's a guy in a mask, so he's trying to chase people off the property so he can sell it for himself or whatever the hell. And so the way that Scooby-Doo dynamic works is that all of the 5 characters, except for Shaggy and Scooby, they're mostly there for comedic relief. Sometimes they help in solving it, but mostly Velma, Freddy kind of sets up the trap. Daphne kind of like, gives some, I don't know, she's for the earlier seasons, she was mostly just like the female character that was the main female. And then Velma was the nerdy one that would like conclude the whole plot and tell us what the hell was going on. But like, for the most part, there was a kind of a dynamic there. You know what I mean? There was a special dynamic there between all the, again, even though Scooby, Daphne, and Shaggy didn't do as much as Freddy and Velma, they had their parts, right? They had their niche parts in the team, and they all kind of had cohesion there. But but like Scrappy Doo, on the other hand, Scrappy would just beat the shit out of the villain. He would just be a wife beater. He just bah, 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 bah. Scrappy Doo was like puppy power. Bah, 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 bah. Oh my god. And I guess the writers realized that having a character just beat the ever-living shit out of the nemesis kind of like ruins the whole mystery premise, you know? You know what I mean? It's like, it kind of turns the whole mystery show into an action show just by like having Scrappy Doo beat the shit out of them. And they had to act scrappy. They threw him right under the bus, and I think he makes for a great villain. I think the live action show showed us that Scrappy can be a villain if used correctly. But I kind of hope that Scrappy Doo is behind. Like, I hope he makes an appearance on this show, just because Warner Brothers has been really disrespectful to Scrappy in recent years. There was even that, I watched that documentary or whatever the hell it was, like Scooby Documentary. It was terrible, by the way. What was the name of that stupid documentary? I don't. HBO MAX. HBO MAX. Let me just double check what the heck it was called. I did a review of it. Actually, let me check my own channel. I'll probably find it. One sec. Studio. I think like right here. If I just type in. Oh no, that's the wrong one. If I type in Scooby Doo, it should come up. Hold on a second here, folks. Scooby Doo, Where Are You Now? This thing was horrible, by the way. Just a garbage. It was a special. Okay, there we go. It was called Scooby Doo, Where Are You Now? And they actually start talking about Scrappy Doo. And like, it's kind of like a mini documentary, but it's very short. And they start talking about, like, they go through the history of like how Scooby Doo was made. And like, they talk about like some of the early Hanna-Barbera shows and how they actually have a lot of Hanna-Barbera shows that just failed. They were just a bunch of like kids, like same thing with Scooby Doo, right? They would have like a wacky character. Sometimes it would be like a race car or whatever. They would just take a bunch of teenagers and throw them into a scenario and hope to God the spaghetti stuck to the wall. And they talk about like how it all started, and then they start talking about Scrappy Doo, and I'm like, oh my God, Warner Brothers, they're finally going to talk about like, why don't they show Scrappy Doo anymore? Are they going to be bringing him back for the future? And as soon as they start talking about Scrappy Doo, they just, on purpose, they just avoid the subject altogether. It was just terrible, just fucking terrible. Scooby Doo, do better. Don't hire woke activists that are going to turn you into... What if they made Scooby Indian? What if they just had Scooby wearing a turban? Oh my God. Can you imagine? Holy fuck. I mean, can I imagine? Yeah, I can after seeing this dog shit. Scooby Dooby Doo, my friend. Oh my God. Okay, that's gonna be it. So yeah, Scrappy Doo. I do hope he appears in this, even though I'm not gonna watch it. And that's gonna be my concluding thoughts. I think this is just something I'm gonna do a hard pass. I'm not gonna be watching this. I would recommend you guys don't watch it either. If we voice our concerns to Warner Brothers and say, guys, if you change the characters we love, we're not watching your shows anymore, they're going to go back and, give us the characters we love. We're going to get more stuff. I think we need more stuff like Mystery Incorporated, the first season specifically, not when it starts getting off track there towards the end. But I would really like that. Or What's New Scooby Doo. That was a great one too. What's New Scooby Doo had a kick-ass theme song. Goddamn. But yeah, that's going to be it. I can't wait to read those comments. I know they're going to be zesty down in the comment section down below. We're going to get a lot of dislikes on this one. I already sniff it out right now. I don't give a shit. But yeah, if you guys like the video though, go ahead and give it a like. Please subscribe to the channel, and why not watch an ad for your boy Sandro? Thank you so much, everybody. Peace out. Bye-bye. Have a great day.